Synod Hall is a heritage-listed church hall at 36 Cleveland Terrace, Townsville CBD, City of Townsville, Queensland, Australia. It was built from 1897 to 1898. It is also known as Jubilee Hall and Parish Room. It was added to the Queensland Heritage Register on 21 October 1992. Synod Hall was opened during the first week of January 1898. Townsville was founded in November 1864. Although it is not known when the first Church of England services were held in the township, it is known that the first services were conducted in the courthouse, which was built by March 1866. These services were conducted by local, lay preachers or itinerant ministers. In February 1866, Rev Mr Searle, visiting minister from Bowen, requested the appointment of an incumbent to the parish of Townsville, with Rev James Adams accepting the position by mid-1866. On 24 December 1872, land for a church was purchased on Melton Hill by trustees James Gordon, Frederick Corker and William Aplin. In February 1884, control of the land passed to the Corporation of the Diocesan Synod of North Queensland. On 18 November 1887, tenders were called for the construction of a parish room, to be built to a design prepared by Townsville architectural firm Aaron Monroe. The building does not appear to have been constructed at that time, because the mayor and aldermen of the Townsville Town Council received a letter, dated Thursday 30 December 1897, from St. James Parochial Council inviting them to the official opening of the Jubilee Hall on the following Wednesday, 5 January 1898. The new hall, constructed in 1897, the Diamond Jubilee year of Queen Victoria, was given the name Jubilee Hall. It is interesting to note that 1887, the year tenders were first called for a parish room, was the Golden Jubilee of Queen Victoria. The 1897 hall may have been constructed to a design by Townsville architect Walter Morrissey, a member of the Cathedral Committee and supervising architect for the Sydney firm of Blackett and Sons, designers of St. James Cathedral. He took over the supervision of the construction of the cathedral after the diocese dispensed with the services of Arthur Blackett on 5 March 1890. By 1897, who was no longer in partnership with Monroe, was practicing as an architect, civil engineer and building inspector. He was also still on the Cathedral Committee, and it seems probable that he designed the Jubilee Hall. After it was constructed, the hall became a focus for parish and diocesan activities, including the gathering of the 9th Synod of the Anglican Diocese of North Queensland, who met in 1898 soon after the building was opened. The name was later changed to Synod Hall, probably because the Synod of the Anglican Diocese of North Queensland continued to hold their meetings in the building. In 1899, Miss Florence Buchanan of Thursday Island was invited by Bishop Christopher Barlow to work among Chinese and Japanese children in Townsville. A Japanese school was opened in Synod Hall by Miss Buchanan, and a school for Chinese children was opened in the Mission Hall, constructed below Synod Hall. The Japanese school continued at least until 1902, when Miss Buchanan returned to Thursday Island. The Mission Hall was destroyed in Cyclone Leonta in 1902, and does not appear to have been rebuilt. At one time, the Anglican High School for Girls held classes in the hall, and in 1903, while repairs were being carried out after St. James Cathedral was damaged during Cyclone Leonta, Synod Hall was used for church services. Several early photographs show the Synod Hall from the early 1900s. The land between the hall and the cathedral was level, with access to the hall via a driveway rising up between the buildings. The northwestern veranda has changed little, but there was a handrail between the posts with blinds behind. The southeastern veranda was similar to the other, being open at the front with some infill panels of boarding between posts towards the rear. This confirms that the present green room was a later addition, perhaps between the wars. At the front is a decorative fretwork panel above the gable tie. On the flat land between the two buildings, Photographs from the interwar period show a structure which appears to be a tennis court.